And this one's an asymmetric territory control game set in a fantasy world, and players are going to be playing as different factions with upgradable units categorized as ranged, melee, or workers, and factions will also each have their own specific buildings with different effects and different technology cards that you can gain periodically throughout the game in order to gain all sorts of different upgrades and new abilities, like increasing your resource collection multipliers or even unlocking brand new units. The game's set up by players putting 3 of their worker units, according to their faction, on the shared board made up of a bunch of different hex tiles. And the game offers a whole bunch of different objective cards, and you're only going to be playing each game with one of these, and that card's going to dictate how you gain victory points and how many you need to win the game. But players are going to be taking turns moving characters based on their speed and stopping if they encounter any enemies or mountains, and then players are going to be gathering resources based on the tiles they have their worker units on. And a neat aspect of this game is the way that the combat works, because after you've performed your movement and gathered any resources, you're then going to be triggering combat if you're on any locations that also have an opposing unit. Your units can have all sorts of different stats, but you're going to be taking the associated units for each of the players and then adding them onto your combat boards, which you'll then be pushing together. At the start of every combat, you're also going to be drawing a biome card, which will modify each battle in a variety of different ways, and players will alternate fighting until either one player is defeated or one player retreats, and combat in this game is done through dice rolling combined with your unique stats and tactic cards. All your units do heal at the end of combat, but you do have to spend resources based on your wounds taken. But after all the battles have been resolved, then you're going to be moving into the final phase of the round, which is the buying phase, where you can spend your resources in order to unlock different unit types, build new buildings, and also draw 3 multi-use upgrade cards, which are going to have different costs and effects depending on how you want to use them, and you can use as many or little of those cards as you like. The game continues like this over a series of rounds until a player is able to complete whatever the objective card dictated to win the game, and then that player is the winner. And if you do want to learn more about this one, I will have it linked in the description down below, and of course you can follow along to get notified once it launches.